There's a random selection of guys such as Dr. Death, Jeff Jarrett, Jerry Lawler, Jacqueline, Sable, Droz of all people, Paul Bearer and Mark Mero, as well as others who just overall round out the roster quite well, like the entire faction of DX, X-Pac, Road Dogg, Billy Gunn, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels and Chyna. The entire ministry is also relatively present, with the APA, Edge and Christian. The Nation are here too, with D'Lo Brown, Godfather, Mark Henry and their former leader The Rock. And on top of all of that, we have the last video game inclusion of Owen Hart, somebody who this title was dedicated to, with his in-game reaction and appearance being that of a babyface who is cheered whenever he makes his way to the ring, a very sweet token by Acclaim. His death delayed the PlayStation and Nintendo 64 versions from its initial release of June 1999, likely to remove his blue blazer alternative costume as seen in early screenshots from an April 1999 prototype version of the game. The dedication to Owen was removed from the Dreamcast version due to the wrongful death lawsuit being filed against the WWF by the Hart family. Owens is still, however, a playable character in this version. Let's also take a quick look at the pay-per-view mode, where you can make your own pay-per-view, essentially creating your own ring and match card on the spot, then playing through the entire thing in a row, seeing if you enjoy it or not, I guess. There's not much to it really. It is possible to have a King of the Ring match in every single match though, which is weird. I guess you could do 8-man tournaments in a row. What's actually very cool about pay-per-view mode is how you can set a match limit to super low, making each wrestler basically start the match knowing it's a squash. Kane beating Steve Blackman in 25 seconds, Big Boss Man beating Edge in 35. It's a great little feature that just adds a little realism to a match, especially if you just book something to fill the spot on the card. I can only imagine how cool it would have been in 1999 to kill some time, throwing together your favourite pay-per-view card and seeing how it would play out, gameplay wise. Obviously it wouldn't be super like the real thing with no run-ins or championship titles on the line, but I feel for a younger player this would be a really cool thing to do. On top of that, the idea of putting together a dream card to compare with your friends could also be something that people would be into. I can just imagine having friends come over and sleep over and say, hey, my favourite match on so-and-so's card was this, and then putting together a whole new pay-per-view with a whole new bunch of lights and stuff and just coming up and seeing what you have. What's especially weird about this pay-per-view that I made is that because of the blue ropes and the white lighting, it just kind of reminds me of Impact, so it's really strange to look at.